Visitation Sisters and became a Holy Name Sister. She transferred into that community, but still continued to teach, and I believe she has died since. Oh, yes. Oh. Yes. Yes. She's saying that Sister DeChantal was her grandmother, and that she had helped her pick strawberries and berries. We would go out.
But when she was 66, she raised her family and went to the convent. But she was down with that.
The balcony is where the borders were, up there on the top. Mm-hmm. Can you hear back there?
No.
Oh, would you mind standing and telling us that? Or here, use the microphone.
Hi, I'm Virginia Hurlson, and my maiden name was Connellican, and my grandmother became a nun when she was 66, and she became a nun out at Visitation Villa, along with Sister Joan Marie Wiedemeyer, I think her name was, or Wiederdorn. Anyway, I can remember going out there and taking my little sister and introducing her to her grandmother, and he says, "Oh, I have to have a picture of her." Well, I do have one with me, I think. But anyway, we was up on the balcony, and then she said, "Well, take your little sister. I have to go into my room," so I pushed her into the sister's side. I'm not supposed to be over there, you know? And she said, "Oh, yes, sure, girls. Push me over." So I pushed her over down to her room, and then she came back, and she had this sack of candy. And I said, "Who's this for?" And she says, "For you and your family." And I says, "Oh, okay." But we always went out to see her every couple of weeks. When we'd get on the bus, we'd go out, and we'd get out where the Park Lodge School was, and then we'd walk down the road. And I said, "Oh, this is really neat," because it was, really something special. And we had family reunions out there, and there was Cy Happy, I think it's got some pictures, and Kathy Spencer made some Xerox copies. But all of our family was really attuned to my grandmother. She was, like a park yacht or whatever. And she taught the little girls and boys how to crochet. And so, I don't know if you all remember her or not, but I know her name is in that one Pierce County book. But we didn't write up a story as a nun and put it in there, which you should have done. But that's hindsight. But she's in there in group pictures. And so, to be here tonight is really neat because it's kind of like being a part, getting reacquainted with people that went to the school. And when they transferred over to the retreat house, I went every year to the retreat and talked with all the sisters, with Sister Charlotte and Sister Ruth when they came from Kentucky and transferred. It was a really marvelous thing. So anyway, I'll give it back to you.
And only went out to go to vote and to go to the doctor. And they had an out sister, and that was Sister Joan Marie, I believe, that you spoke of. Yes. And by an out sister, I mean that she had special permission to go outside of the cloister and to do the shopping that was needed. And they also had people doing shopping for them. Yes.
I have 3 questions. What is the time frame you're talking about when you were there? And if it's the right time, were you there when the parish started?
No, not when the parish started, I wasn't.
Okay. So the time frame was prior to 50?
Yes.
52?
I graduated in 51. 7. And Donna Mae, how many?
There were 7 in ours.
7 in your class too, and Mary?
4.
4. So
Four
the
not-
classes were very small, and we got a great deal of individual help. And if you didn't study,
No.
socialist chair would go to class. But most of us studied a great deal.
The previous speaker mentioned boys. Were there boys there up to a certain time?
No, we didn't have any boys in our school, unless it was at Ozeman before they transferred out to the village. There were no boys there at all. It was strictly a girls' school. There might have been, I don't remember kindergarten. Can you? Did you get your other question answered?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
If you were here in 1951, I came here in the ballet house. Do you remember the ballet house?
The ballet, yes I do. The Sherman twins took ballet.
Well, I came out here to be the accompanist for Marilyn Day. She was the wife of the doctor that was resident out of Washington State. Do you remember?
Yes I do.
Put on the Sleeping Beauty?
Yes I do. That was very beautiful.
I was the accompanist for that.
Oh.
And I remember the dancers would get hot in the wintertime and throw open the doors of the old gym. The other player got overflow. But can you imagine a school putting on a full-length ballet with all the music by Tchaikovsky? And we had the whole story. And Mrs. Beige choreographed it. And it was really spectacular. Now, at 4 o'clock, the piano player got hungry. So a sister would come with the tea and the cookies, and we'd have high tea. And then it was time to go back to work. And the ballet teacher had to be careful to be very modest in her ballet costume. She broke up. But I had a joy. And I would catch the bus from up here. I went to the college a few town and belonged to St. Patrick's. And I would catch the bus out here and get off. There was only one bus out here. Get off at Gravel Lake Drive and walk down that long path to the gym. And that's where I spent one day a week. All day long playing piano. I don't remember that. I was just employed by the ballet teacher and worked for her. She paid me. She also took me home weekends too. So, is anybody here was in that ballet, the Sleeping Beauty? What were you? What were you? But we had the authentic music. Don't you remember that? I arranged all the music so that everybody got it. It wasn't exactly the great ballet companies in Russia. Kirov was a little shy, but it was fun. Nobody else did that. Yeah. Anyway, I think all the way from Rouse Point to the ring.
I remember the time that we sang for the colonel out at Madigan Hospital when he died. What is the name of the camp down in Camp Murray? Camp Murray. Well, his daughter was in school there. And when he died, his wife requested that our high school go there and sing a mass for his funeral. So we sang at that funeral. I remember he was so tall and handsome. Mary?
Wasn't that Sister Loretta's, was the music?
Yes.
And singing?
But there was a lady who came in and taught music also.
Yes, she taught, is that her name?
Myers.
Yes, Meyer.
Voice lesson. We had voice training, you could hire her for a very small amount. And she'd come every Wednesday or something, and sister'd make us practice and practice and practice. But we had beautiful plays, and I can remember one time there was an angel. Oh, I thought we were in Casey Hall, but anyway, there was a place upstairs,
Yeah, balcony
balcony thing,
in the gym.
and you could, I was playing the angel role there, and well, there were a bunch of us, but I had a singing part there, and we were dressed up and up, but people used to turn out just like this to come to our thing, and we had a very, I mean, our enrollment was not that large, but we put on spectacular things. And the nuns were the ones that did that. Yeah, they did. And, yeah.
Well, we also went to Madigan, we went to American Lake, Veterans Hospital, and sang at Christmas time. I believe did we go to Western State too? I don't remember, but we used to make a tour of.
We made the rounds. We did, yes.
Just how many sisters there were, and then also if there were any unusual habits.
Oh, yes. You wanted to know how many sisters there were. I would say in the high school there were about 7 or 8
Sister
that
Regina.
taught. And then in all the grades. So maybe 15 teachers teaching. And then there were some who, I remember Sister Joseph was a tall, thin sister who had one arm was missing. She was, I don't remember why her arm was
About
missing.
this wide.
Yes, she's just a skinny, she turned sideways and you wouldn't know if it was front ways or sideways. She was thin. And Sister Regina was the one, she has some relatives that maybe some of you know.
The Delaney.
Delaney. Your aunt. Well, she's a delightful woman, so intelligent. She taught us Latin. All three, we had 4 years of Latin. 4 years of Latin. And some of us took French at the same time and Spanish at the same time. I had all 3 when I was there in high school, which was really wonderful. I know I was able to not take a requirement course at CLU because I could pass a test in Latin, and that would waive the course. So that was because of Sister Regina. Then Sister Amy was a very small, short sister. She taught us science. And just a sweetheart. And when we would, in the hallway, we had this huge chart, and our names were on it. Today's scholars had theirs on there also. And you got honor points and demerits. And you always tried to see you wouldn't have too many of those demerits. And we would waive some of them if you received a lot of honor points. So we would try to get those demerits erased off. And I imagine they were helped off, you know, to be taken off by some of the other students' erasers. But they were great times. And I remember I had to go to Sister Claire, Sister Mary Claire. She was the superior at the time I was there. And I was to go in to see her because of some infraction. And we sat down and we talked for a while. And then she brought out a box of candy. She gave me some candy and she says, now, when you go back, just try to be a little bit better. And then she offered me another piece and I walked out the door. But they were delightful sisters.
We had to turn around and back out the door.
Oh, yes.
That was part of
A mark of etiquette was that when you came into